So here we are. We've got Bob Kirkwood with me, Karl HK Laundry Equipment, and Bob has been in the insurance industry, and we wanted to interview you to just talk about laundromat insurance.
Yep.
What are some of the things that owners can do to just reduce their premiums, actually cut down and try to manage their insurance costs?
I think it's getting more and more difficult. We're in one of those cycles right now where fewer and fewer insurance companies are participating in laundromats at this time, laundromat insurance. So as you have a reduction in supply, obviously there are tremendous pressures on price. But deductibles, as we spoke about before, are very important on the property side. A minor deductible, even on property damage liability, could have a minor impact. Again, I think appropriate updating of equipment, updating of the electrical systems in the facilities. Running a system where the machines and the equipment are older, worn, that makes it more prevalent toward to loss, and the insurance underwriters take that into consideration.
Really?
So all things being considered, if you have a store that was built out in 2012 versus a store that was built out in, say, 1987, the store in 1987 probably is not going to get the same rates as the brand new store in 2011. So it's important. One of the questions they always ask us is, when's the most recent, updating of plumbing, electrical, machinery, etc. So there's just that's one of the issues that's raised. The facility itself, the building itself. Obviously, if you locate your store in a frame building, you're going to be paying much more in terms of property insurance than someone who's in a brand new, concrete block, steel building that's going to be fire resistive. Unfortunately, impact of some of your neighbors in a strip mall can have an impact. I mentioned a pizzeria before, notorious for driving up fire rates for not just them, but everyone in the strip mall. So this is important. I mean, it's not really within your control, but when you're starting to scout out a place, locating in a frame building that's also a pizzeria and a cleaners may not be the right place to go.
How do they know what else is in the center?
All the stuff actually is all computerized now.
Really?
So between Google Earth and I guess materials and information supplied to them by ISO, Insurance Services Office, there's very little that we can do now to hide. Unattended 24-hour laundromats are deemed to be very difficult to insure. It's not so much from the liability perspective as the property perspective. And I think the lessons of property losses teach the insurance companies that unattended 24-hour operations have substantially worse claim experience from the standpoint of property, vandalism, stuff happening to the place after, during the wee hours, and of course liability.
Are there things that owners can do to try to get better rates by having surveillance systems or alarm systems?
Absolutely. First off, you're not going to be a 24-hour system. Then you have to have some sort of system to protect the premises while you're closed. The camera surveillance can be priceless.